There's the harp.
Yeah. It's still just doing like arpeggios in the background. Ooh!
So now you're reacting to the solo artist Jonghyun from the boy group SHINee. You're reacting to Neon from Jonghyun's first solo EP called Base, released in 2015. This is a love song that uses the brightness of neon to contrast the darkness Jonghyun feels around him. The bright neon light of this person shines on him and makes him shine, and the world without them is boring and dark. The song is composed by Jonghyun and Deez.
One could say that he's a SHINee.
Ah!
You can cut that out.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's pretty. It's like really,
Like funky? I don't know.
it feels like silk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the synth is so smooth. And not like thick either.
Alright. That's super interesting how they're playing with the beat.
Yeah, I like that sort of syncopation.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
That's cool. I've never heard anyone do that before, and I really like it.
It's like a super like modern R&B thing, you know?
But it's so nice. Like,
That's synth.
I love his voice.
Oh.
It's like, I feel like his voice is like casual without being breathy.
His voice is so expressive.
Yeah.
Whoa, the instruments are like really competing with his voice in dominance. What? Neon.
Also, I love all these like extra vocal lines that are kind of playing with him too. Kind of like in a D'Angelo-esque sort of way. Really cool.
There's the harp.
Yeah. It's still just doing like arpeggios in the background. Ooh! Oh!
Ooh, sing it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to figure out why it sounds so open. Maybe because there's no sustained bass.
there's no sustained bass,
In
and
the
there's
style.
not like a bass drum on like all 4 beats or like
Right.
1 and 3. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, going double time now.
Whoa.
This is so lit.
There's so much happening. There's so much happening.
There's so many instrumentals.
These slides or like glisses are very like, and all the like cymbal crashes, these snaps, like the way his voice like jumps up to octaves and you like get this like lifted feel. It's very aesthetically
It's very light
pleasing.
and bright, like texturally.
Whoa. What?
I like how every chord of Neon was like slightly different. Like they added voices. as it went
Yeah,
on. I
they like
that.
expanded the harmony.
Yeah, because like a lot of people would just do the same thing 3 times, but not this guy. That was like
And of course
3
he
different
expanded
things.
it upwards.
So it's
like-
like intensifying.
Yeah, it was like crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, that's such a thing. Like so many things come in 3s, you know, like to
Yeah.
intensify it.
That was different. Yeah. I guess like the song that comes to mind the most that's sort of like that is that Grover Washington song. But yeah, usually it's a lot more sustained. It's a lot more quarter notes and horn backgrounds, pop backgrounds. Again, because it's so feels very broken and very open. That's, I don't know, I haven't seen that before. So.
Yeah, I thought it was really sick. I really liked the fact that whenever you'd have chord hits or things like that, it would only be in for like bleed in for a split second, and it would not be in the rhythmic values that you would associate with whatever the tempo is. So like, for example, it wasn't really in time when they'd like bring it back out, for example, which was really sick because that would threw me off as a listener. I also really liked just how, with what they had going on feel-wise, it just like widened the beat. It just made it groove really, really hard.
Is that what you were talking about when you said, it was like towards the beginning, you said, no one does it like that, I like it. And then he was like, oh, it came back again. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, because there's a synth part where it's like, womp, 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 like he like lays back, and it's so great because it just like pushes everything back for a second, but it creates a really nice like rhythmic rub.
That was a lot. That was so much. It's like when the first thing that we reacted to is like Superhuman, and we just sat there and we were like, there's so much.
Yeah, there's
like this is
immediately not a lot of layering, just straight into it. It can be a little disorienting, but especially after a couple of listens, like a couple of refrains, you start to like pick up more and more, and that keeps you going. That keeps you really interested, because like intentionally or not intentionally, in another refrain they bring out one certain instrument more than another one.
Yeah.
So it's like you can hear the trumpets in this one, you can hear the harp a lot in this one.
You can hear the
synth,
strings come out. Yeah.
It was really cool.
It's definitely musically interesting, but man, it's quite overwhelming of a song. Yeah, I thought the balance between the voice and the synths, and all the crazy instrumentals were trying to threaten the voice a little too much. I like a song that can really throw me for a loop like this, just in concept. But I think the actual song itself is something that's just a little too much for me. Yeah. It feels like Jonghyun's just trying to like do as many tricks as possible, and I really admire his tricks. But I don't know, as a cohesive musical experience, I was just left feeling like, whoa, I don't really feel the romance. I don't even feel the neon quality. It doesn't feel like a night type song for me.
For me, I think it does sound like neon because neon lights stay on for a long time. Right? So maybe there's that quality where it's always on, just neon, there's always something going on.
I love how like all these like interjections and things were literally like cuts of light. Yeah. And it's like these high noises and then followed by like this like grounded low sounds and stuff.
I think I know what the funk is though. I think the funk that we're all hearing is the like triads that just come in on 2 and 4.
Yeah.
So you have like the melody and then it's like the chord comes a beat later.
It kind of reminded me of Beatles like in the Yellow Submarine, where there's a counter melody that plays in a really, really nice synth line.
No. You guys want to listen to that again, or you've got the gist of it?
Do you want to listen to the bridge again?
Yes. Yeah, we add a bunch of instruments here.
Whoever is playing
did you hear
that,
the like thing in there that's like da 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 da?
Yeah, whoever's playing that is getting paid for that one note really well.
Well, but because it's a little bit out of tempo.
That's a sentence. Basic idea, repetition of the basic idea, and then like a concluding phrase in answer to that. So like da 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 ba da ba da ba da. I like that one note. I like that in the bridge. Just whoever's playing that da da ba da ba da ba da. Good for them, because it was perfect.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I think it's definitely one of those songs that's like layered a lot, and because it's all about like light and shining, I feel like there's a lot of sounds in there that are meant to kind of get that across musically. Like we had the harp, and we had like a very like high synth chords over like everything the whole time. And then there was like, you know, interjection. Yeah, strings. There's like interjections of like, you know, bright like fake brass, I think. And yeah, it was just definitely a lot of like trying to feel light and sort of like bright in texture.
His voice is incredible. Like, I was saying it was expressive because the song itself was pretty like, there was a lot going on the whole time. And his voice also sort of reflected that, in that it wasn't ever like monotone, or he wasn't ever giving like one color for an extended period of time. It was like phonating things differently, at this point, like using a crazy different register at this other point, like colors and like timbres and like phonation and like the way he pronounced things and like the way he was like placing certain notes, you know, like there was like so much variety there, and it showed like so much.
It felt like casual without being conversational, if that makes sense. Like it wasn't breathy. It didn't feel like he was like sitting right next to me and talking in my ear, but it felt really casual, like he was just doing whatever he wanted. It sounded like he's singing about this like person in his life that's like this neon light, and it sounds like he's so appreciative of this person that he just has to like let it out in this like crazy song that's so busy, because there's so much like appreciation and love for that person that it's like when it comes out it's like. And like the texture was so thick, like in the accompaniment, it just felt really free. Like his voice could just do whatever the heck it wanted. Like he was just completely free to express himself because there was so much else going on. Yeah, and I think it's pretty poetic as well. Like the whole idea that someone can be such a light in your life that when everything gets dark, like they shine more. That's like a super, super poetic idea to me. Like usually, you know, darkness engulfs everything, but if someone's like a neon light, it makes them stronger, which is like super cool. And to have someone like that in your life is like kind of like what he said, it's like very like valuable. Like you wouldn't give that person up for the world. But also at the same time, like the song was so busy, and that sort of made me think like life can also get really busy. But even like when everything's like shit and dark and nothing's happening but you feel terrible, or if like life's too busy and you're overwhelmed, like that person who like shines as a light like is there like regardless of like what's going on. It's like the one constant. I'm gonna text you next time I feel sad. You should. Ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-dum. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da.